It's not the best of times for the Nigerians' main opposition political party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, as members battle for the soul of the party. The latest conflict centers on the legal tussle between Rivers State Governor Sim Fubara and the 27 sacked State House of Assembly legislators loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The acting chairman of the party, Alhaji Mara Damagun, and the National Secretary, Mr. Samuel Anyango, have come under allegations of anti-party activities. They've been accused of aiding the sacked pro-Wike lawmakers to gain an upper hand against Governor Fubara in ongoing legal battles. The leadership of the party has also been accused of altering results of congresses held recently in states, unleashing acrimony across board. Where exactly is the PDP headed? Well, joining us in the studio to help unpack all this is former National Publicity Secretary of the party, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much, Constance.
Yes.
Good evening, and how are you?
Very well, thanks. And you?
Once again, I'm good.
Very sprightly in green, the national flag. Okay, let's get right down to it. Your party has been in the headlines this week, and there's so much going on. Let me start by asking you, how would you describe its current state, briefly?
The current state of the party?
Yes.
Okay, before I go into the current state of the party, let me talk about the meeting of our governors.
We'll get to that. I just want you to do a summary.
I want to commend them.
We'll get to that.
Okay. Well, the situation in the party is troubling. That's just how to put it. It's troubling because, one, there are agitations concerning the leadership of the party, which is that allow the North Central to assume its rightful position in the spirit of the democratic ideals of the party, which borders on justice, which borders on fairness. So there is that agitation.
Right.
There's also the issue of Congress in Rivers State and the management of the Congress in Rivers State vis-a-vis the court issues. And the fact that the party national chairman, Ambassador Elias Udamagun, and the National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyango, wrote a letter to the court depriving the National Legal Advisor of his right of representation. So I think these are the current issues in the party. Well,
you talk about fairness and equity, and this speaks to your party constitution because it looks like the constitution of the party has been ditched. It's part of the problems.
Yeah, it's part of the problem. I spoke to equity, to fairness, to justice, which are the ideals of the People's Democratic Party. And I am saying that the fact that certain sections of the Constitution have been set aside, the fact that people are taking decisions without a recourse to their members in the working committee, I think these situations are worrisome.
So the PDP is dead, and sadly so. That's let me land. That's the general sentiment. And so I would ask you, how do you respond to this widely held view?
Well, that's why I said from the beginning that the situation in the party is troubling. But I will not agree with the assertion that the party is dead. If the party is dead, you and I won't be seated there discussing the party.
Or it's on the way to death.
Constance.
Dying slowly.
Constance, don't wish the party dead. You understand? I believe that in one way or the other, we will sail through this tremor. Because what's happening in the party is more or less a tremor. But I believe that in one way or the other, we will sail through it.
How exactly would you sail through it? You seem to be very optimistic.
Yes, I believe we will sail through it because we have leaders who should take responsibility.
Example?
In the party. Oh, we have the board of trustees of the party, and we have the national executive committee of the party. But I believe that the moment the leaders at these respective levels can rise and speak the truth to power. And it's very simple. Let Ambassador Elias Udamagun, the acting national chairman, in compliance with Section 45(2) and 46(7) of the PDP Constitution 2017 as amended, allow the North Central, in the spirit of fairness, justice, and equity, to produce a successor.
So that means he has to resign.
No, he doesn't need to resign. He doesn't. He was elected deputy national chairman. And that deputy national chairman, which is his own office, is vacant. I'm sure the door to that office is locked as we are speaking. So he should just take a walk from his office and walk over to the office of the Deputy National Chairman. And I don't care the number of people that they sponsor to come and say what is not. It doesn't bother me in any way. And I'm not scared of any threat of people coming together and say, oh, we'll deal with him. It doesn't bother me. We'll speak the truth to power. Because as an opposition political party, before we can talk to the APC government, we must have clean hands by which we will go to equity. So we cannot be criticizing other political parties. We cannot be criticizing Buhari's government, which we criticize, and criticizing Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, while living in our own home, inside our house. We cannot do what is necessary, what is needful. And nobody should come and say that, oh, you come and go and talk to him, or go and talk to that person, or we'll deal with him. Those who say they will deal, I know them. And at the appropriate time, I will also speak to them too. But we'll speak the truth to power.
When you say that the leaders of the party have been slow in rising up, in speaking the truth, why do you think that has been the case? Is anything preventing them from doing?
Well, you know, it's a political arena, it's a political environment, and people do things for various reasons. You understand, Constance? So, for me, I believe that the Board of Trustees, the neck of the party, even if they had been slow in time past, giving your own assertion about the situation of the party based on what we are hearing on the streets, and giving what those of us who are inside of the party knows of it, I think the time is right for the leaders to speak the truth to power.
Well, speaking truth to power, let's talk about elder statesman Chief Edwin Clarks. He was one of the people that this week spoke truth to power. He was very bold. He made a declaration. It was audacious. He said the party and Minister Nyesom Wike has to face disciplinary action, and if he's found guilty, he needs to be suspended. Do you align with that declaration?
Well, it goes beyond aligning. Like I always say, the party has its processes and procedures. And one of the processes and procedures is what has been established this week, which is the inauguration of the disciplinary committee and also the inauguration of the reconciliation committee. So this has provided ample opportunity for those who have misgivings, for those who have feelings that there are misdemeanors on the side of the Minister of FCT and former Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike. So the opportunity has been created. If they have misgivings, if you have grievances, okay, put your grievances before the committee, which is chaired by former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Chief Tom Ikimi. So I think that there's progress in that area.
And so when you talk about the disciplinary committee, Chief Ologbondiyan George has already said that he will not serve under Chief Tom Ikimi. So while the party is trying to move forward, trying to douse tension, it looks like every step is problematic. What do you make of what Chief Ologbondiyan George has said? He's an elder in the party as well.
We are in a season of anger. Even coming here this evening, I read my brother's Senator Dino Melaye's comment about the party. People are speaking. If you belong to any of the platforms of the People's Democratic Party, where members are expressing their concern, you feel very, very sorry. And the fear of everybody is that the path that we are taking now can only lead this nation to one thing, which is a one-party state, which will be gruesome for our political environment, and which will be worse even for the democratic space than even the PDP in itself. So these are the concerns of Nigerians. So we're in a season of anger. I watch Baba Chief Ologbondiyan George saying that he cannot serve under Chief Ikimi. He also further said that the secretary of the committee belongs to the same faction with Chief Ikimi. My appeal is that we don't need to go this route. If indeed and in truth we want to salvage the situation of the party, we must all be prepared to make sacrifices in the interest of the common good of our nation. not our own individual good.
Do you believe this disciplinary committee and the reconciliation committee will be able to achieve its goal given these circumstances?
Well, even in the reconciliation committee, I've seen a member of the reconciliation committee hollering around and claiming that. So it's just, to me, it's just very, very funny. But in spite of all that, I still believe that we can even begin the process. But, you know, to start that process, let Ambassador Ilyasu Damagum, in the collective interest of the party and in the collective interest of our nation, since he was not elected into the office of the national chairman, since he was elected as the deputy national chairman, he should allow those whose privilege and rights are to occupy the office of the national chairman to come and take their position, while he reverts to the position of deputy national chairman.
And if he does not?
Well, I don't know where that will lead us to.
Because that's what it's looking like.
And I don't want to contemplate it. I don't know where that will lead to. I don't want to contemplate it. And if there are people in North Central who are urging him not to buckle, well, I appeal and I advise that they should stop that in the collective interest of the party.
So after Chief Edwin Clarks made that statement, a very strong one, Minister Wike, responded and even had a press conference and said, you know what, no one is going to, he insinuated, no one is going to push him out of the party. He's here to stay. He's going nowhere. Same with Ambassador Damagum. How do you read that situation?
Well, for me, I think the first thing was that, the governor of Rivers State, the former governor of Rivers State, and the FCT minister, Jimmy Wike, used strong words onto members of the party. But although I don't think I should use that word because it's too strong. But for Nigerians who have listened or who have heard it, I don't think that it will be true. It could be correct, because even Jimmy Wike himself participated at the last NEC meeting. So
he did.
Does it now mean that the word that he used against members of the party also encompasses him? Is that the meaning? Like I said, we're in the season of anger. But anybody, no matter how highly placed you are, who believes that, I'm still a member of the party, I still believe intentionally, who believes that he or she is still a member of the party, should allow for peace.
So the governors elected on the platform of the party the other day threw their weight behind Governor Sim Fubara. He's their colleague, right? And ostensibly so, because Rivers is the epicenter of the conflict today that is affecting the party. But I have to ask you, what exactly does that camaraderie do for Fubara, though? It's a statement. What does it do for him?
Well, the PDP Governors Forum is not a listed organ of the party, but is an assembly that carries a lot of influence in the activities of the party. And I think more than any other group, whether another pressure group or assembly of the party, I think the PDP Governors Forum carries the largest chunk of influence in the party. You recall that at their meeting in Enugu, they also said the same thing. And even beyond the intra-party issue, I think I commend their patriotism, particularly on the positions that they have taken on the national issues. But it's also good that they have come out outrightly to say that they will not let down one of their own. I don't know whether you are aware, Constance. Similarly, Fubara is the deputy chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. So I don't think that he should be humiliated out of the party under whatever guise. I have said this from the beginning, and I will continue to say it. So it's welcoming that they have reason to say that they will work in line with a working committee with the hope of ensuring that he gets his rightful place in the party.
If indeed they are influential and carry a lot of weight, like you have said, why have they let the situation, or just everybody has been watching and the whole thing degenerated to this extent?
Well, I'm not a member of the Governors Forum.
Well, you're a member of the party, so you know what is going on. You have the information.
And I do not speak for the PDP Governors Forum. However, irrespective of what had happened in time past. Like I said, at their last meeting in Enugu, they made the same proposal and said they were going to work towards it. In the meeting hosted by Governor Kefas in Taraba, this yesterday or the day before, they've also come out strongly to say they will do it and to say they will relate with the National Working Committee. In the last meeting, the Enugu meeting, they didn't bring in the National Working Committee. In this meeting, they have brought in the National Working Committee. So one will just keep hoping that these issues are laid to rest.
So let's look at the state congresses. It hasn't gone so well, and it probably would deepen litigations, existing litigations. How do you see, or how do you read how it went down? What's your view?
Well, my position about the congresses is that there are challenges. I know that the National Organizing Secretary, in whose purview the responsibility, and I speak of Captain Umar Bature, the National Organizing Secretary, is within his purview to ensure that there are proper coordination of these congresses. But the feelers that we are getting shows that there are challenges, and just like rightly said, there are court issues even as we speak. But it is hope that part of the processes of redemption which the Reconciliation Committee will bring will include the issue of congresses, so that the party can come out as a rallying point for opposition political parties and opposition figures ahead of the 2027 election. I'm not foreclosing the belief and the perception across board on the streets of the country that, there are efforts towards ensuring that PDP doesn't have a peaceful process that will make it stand as a political party around which other opposition parties can revolve and formulate an agenda towards rescuing our nation from the pains that APC has sunk it. But notwithstanding the fears, we keep hoping, because living itself is by hope.
I mean, still on the congresses, there are allegations against the national leadership that, results were altered, it wasn't conducted properly, the usual allegations. So it doesn't look like this will go away soon, in addition to...
it will not go away soon, particularly where there are cases of injustice. And this needs to be redeemed. But the party has a process. All these activities will still have to be cleared at the neck level. You understand? So that's why when things are happening in the party, I just believe that at some point, matters can be sorted. Because no matter what the Congress will go to hold, approval has to come through the NWC, and it has to go to NEC.
But how does a party stand and watch a few individuals destroy it, seemingly?
That's it. That's why I told you from the beginning that the situation is troubling. That's why I said from the beginning that the situation in the party is troubling. So every man's prayer now should be how the disciplinary committee and the reconciliation committee can take us through all this crisis.
How long is that? Do they have a time frame to
No,
complete
they don't have a time frame. But as you know, there are issues that are germane to the existence and to the life of the party in itself. So my expectation is that those who have been saddled with this responsibility will be able to muster the efforts to do the needful. And the needful starts now. It really starts now.
PDP is a broad-based party. It has a lot of supporters across the country. How do you intend to regain the trust of the general public who have followed this party from 1999?
Honestly, Constance, this question is totally very demanding. The question you have asked. It's worrisome to me, who have had the responsibility of playing a leadership role in the party, and who have an understanding of the followership of the party. I have seen people come out in the party and say that, oh no, those who are speaking, they are the ones that want to destroy the party. And I say, no, that's not correct. Those who are speaking are saying that we have challenges. Let us confront these challenges. So the trust issue that you have raised is very germane. It's very, very germane. So we need to quickly put the house into order. And I don't think that there is a sacrifice that is still huge for any individual or a collective number of members of the party, irrespective of the office that you are holding. So there's nothing wrong. If the Magun will rise and say, okay, North Central, I will take my seat as the Deputy National Chairman. You come and take your position as a chairman and bring whoever you want to bring from the North Central. I do not see anything wrong with that. And I don't see that sacrifice as too huge for anybody to do because of the common objective. That's if we have the interest of the party and we have the interest of our democracy and we have the interest of our nation at heart. I don't see what is too much to sacrifice for.
And a follow-up to that, what message would you like to convey to supporters and the general public who are truly disillusioned and concerned about what is going on?
Well, I think the appeal to the members of the public and to members of our party is that they should appeal to the acting national chairman, Ambassador Elias Udamago, to allow, and whoever is supporting him, to allow equity, fairness, and justice in the party by following and allowing the content of our Constitution, which provides in 45(2) and 47(6) that when a vacancy occurs in any of the offices, the zone from which that vacancy occurs should present a replacement. It says the area or the zone. And I've also listened to argument or people say, no, there should be election. The Constitution did not provide for election. The Constitution of the party, 45(2) is very clear. But you cannot read 45(2) in isolation without looking at 47(6). So there are two components which have to be taken together. And we have precedencies in the party, up to the last two, where the woman leader of the party, national woman leader of the party died, from Cross River in South-South. The South-South people sat down and decided that it should go back to Cross River. In the case of zonal chairman of Southwest Zone, the Southwest people sat down and decided it should go back to Osun. So this is the process in the party. This is an identifiable process in the party. Anybody who is talking about, oh, you are going to court to say that you cannot be removed. Removed from where? You were elected as Deputy National Chairman. You were not elected as acting chairman. And the notion of acting shows that there is no permanence.
Right.
It's very clear. It's simple English. Once they call you acting, it means that you are hanging. It's interim. You have to stay there meanwhile, pending whether you will be confirmed or not. But in the circumstance of our own party, in line with the Constitution of PDP 2017 as amended, it's unambiguous. It's clear that where this vacancy occurs, the zone or the area will bring in a replacement.
As a party man, you would agree that there are lessons to learn here. And what lessons is the party learning, and how is that going to shape the future of the party? That is, if they're learning any lesson.
Well, I do not know. I cannot clearly say that we have totally learned lessons. I cannot clearly say that until we get to the end of this issue. Because if we abandon our own constitution, how are we going to confront the government as an opposition political party when they act outside the lines of the constitution? So that is it. So for us to be able to act our role as opposition political party, we must allow our constitution to function.
Mr. Ologbondiyan, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you very much.